welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is my Flosstube number. I thought about what I was going to say and everything, and yeah, no. This is my Flosstube number 90. This is my very hot dog, Rogue. Yeah, you're hot. She just came in from outside. She needed to go do her business out there, and her skin temperature is unbelievably warm. It is, I don't know what the current temperature is, but it's supposed to be up to 106 today, and it's probably pretty close to that now. And believe it or not, that is lower than what it's been. It was above 110 toward the end of the week. Yeah. So this room where I am filming is also where I sew, and in the afternoon it gets very hot. And so I thought about quilting. I came in here, started to look at stuff to do, and just went, it is just way too hot in here. I have a fan going. I don't know if you can hear it. There's no ceiling fan in this room. So we have a rotating fan for this room. And it just is, it's not enough. This room, you see the window behind me? There is this one and another big one over there, and then a window right here. And the afternoon sun just heats up this room. Yeah. So I've been wanting to quilt, but I also been wanting to sew some project bags, and I've cut them out, and I'm in the process of cutting interfacing. I don't know why. Those of you who sew, can you please explain it to me? Cutting out interfacing is more time consuming and annoying than cutting out fabric. And I don't know if it's because the interfacing is narrower and so it's harder to, because I don't want to waste it. It's not cheap. It's not horrendously expensive, but it's, you know, trying to be frugal here. Yeah. It just takes me forever. It's like, how do I lay this on here where, you know, the size I need, where I can have the least amount of waste. When it comes to the interfacing, it always takes me forever. I hate cutting it out. I hate it. Quilt batting is easy. You know, it's, you know, one giant piece, because you do it when you don't do it when you're you know, little squares or anything like that. And you know, I'm cutting a pretty decent size for the bag, but the interfacing is so little compared to it. So it's very annoying. But I'm not here to talk about interfacing. I am going to talk about cross stitch, because my thoughts of quilting did not actually produce a quilt or any quilting progress. I want to quilt the quilt that had gotten called to do just the quilting on. That's the stage it needs. It's already a flimsy, and I just need to quilt it. I could spread it out on the floor, but with my knees, I can't get down there and have any hope of getting back up. So I need to see if I can take it over to my sister's. She has a setup where she can lay it out, and that way I can get it all sandwiched and ready to go. And that is what's been delaying me on this. I thought, well, maybe I could work it out, you know, and I'd rather just do it right. I may end up putting it on the floor. I don't know. I know a lot of people do sandwiching on the wall, and there is, I am staring at it, that's why I'm going like that. There's a wall right there where I may be able to, but I am 4'10". So even if the quilt fits there, I cannot reach up there. So I don't know. And I don't climb anymore, you know. I just don't. So, no quilting this week. Although I may just go ahead and, rather than trying to work on that, just work on one of the other quilting projects, like the 2 cat quilts or the tamarack jacket, because all of these things weigh on me that they're not done. I want to get them done. I took the tamarack jacket and I actually seriously thought about working on it, but I do not have long blocks of time at the moment to work on things. As a matter of fact, I have to really watch the time right now because I'm finally going to the eye doctor again this afternoon, and I do not want to miss that appointment. And I appreciate all the prayers that you guys have had for my dad. He is actually doing better. My goodness, I can never figure out what is causing that reflection so that I can get rid of it. Probably something with his windows. I don't know. Let me see if I sit at an angle a little bit. Let me see if that helps. A little bit. Anyway, he's doing better. We had a different pulmonologist and a little tiny change in the medication, and he's doing a lot better. And we've started some OT and PT, and the occupational therapist just left, and so he's exhausted. And let's see. I know that probably bothers me more than it bothers you, but there we go. Kind of. No. I need to quit worrying about it. She's probably going to start barking. A car just drove by. So thank you. He's doing a lot better. But I am still, a lot of my time, you know, so I have to break it up and do things. So when you get interrupted, sometimes it's kind of hard to just go back to where you're doing, because then you get distracted and start working on something else. That being said, you would think that I had a lot of cross-stitch progress. I do not. Not really. So the first one I'm going to talk about is my June cross-stitch camp piece, hands-on design, summer berries. I'm doing this one right here. You will notice that it is bent. So is my pattern. This dog. I had it, I'll explain what I was doing, but I had it out and I had the pattern and this was with it, and the fabric with the needle in it beside me. My son got my dog all riled up. She ran up onto the couch where I was, ran over my stitching. Fortunately, she didn't stab herself with the needle. But, yeah, it's all bent. Anyway, I'm working on this one. And you'll notice that the white in this is, you can see it. It's charted in B5200. Now I'm not stitching it on this color, and I'm stitching it on this color, which is Spa. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby, 14 count Ada. The colors look fantastic, but as you know, last week when I showed it, you couldn't really see the white, very hard to see. And a viewer suggested perhaps Etoile, either mixed with or on top of, would help. And I tried that. And I actually took everything out and restitched it with a mixture of white and Etoile and something else, like a slightly gray color. And you could see it better, but it was just still not what I wanted. And she did suggest trying silk. Well, I don't have any silk, and the attic wasn't open when I wanted to be trying out stuff. And they had a function going on there, lots of stitchers there for something. Now, I don't participate in the attic's stuff because a lot of that is samplers, because it is where samplers rule. I don't do samplers. Aesthetically, I don't even like them. Now, I know plenty of people love samplers, and God bless you, go ahead. But it is not my style. So, I like other things. And so, I don't want to be, it's not that I don't want to be with a lot of people doing samplers, because I don't care what other people are stitching. I stitch what your heart desires. But I just thought, better leave that space open for somebody who loves samplers. So they said, don't come Friday because we have all these people here. Come Saturday. Well, my sister's been out of town, my sister Beth and my sister Naomi. They went to Albuquerque for the weekend. They're coming back today. That sound you hear is my dog trying to breathe. You okay? Anyway, I didn't want to leave my dad alone for as long as it would take to go up to the attic and browse for stuff, because you can't just go get what you want. You have to, because it's like a candy store. You want to, look at the candy. And so, it's not close to me. I live in the greater Phoenix area. It's not horribly far away, but it's a good half hour, 25 minutes, 20 minutes, if the freeways are open, and they're not on the weekends these days, and if traffic is good, it's, 25 minutes, half an hour. That means that much back again. And I realize that's not horribly far, but I don't want to leave my dad alone for that long. Not if I can help it. And that wasn't super important. So I finally stitched it with white satin. What do you think? DMC, the satin. You can see the regular B5200 on the edge there, and then the stars stitched in white. I think it looks a lot better. I mean, it's still not as visible as the white on the other one. And when I was choosing this fabric, I also picked up this one, because I thought maybe that one would be okay, But I thought the colors would just really look pretty on this one. And I do love the colors on this. So I'm going to use, I had it with 2 strands, like I did a loop start and 2 strands. That satin DMC is really hard to work with. But one of the things that's really difficult is to get it to lay flat. It looks like little lumps. You can't even see the crosses, a lot of times. So I did it just with 1 strand. And let's see if you can see it. It is laying flat. But with 2 strands, you could really see it. But I think that's because it was big and lumpy, not because it was, truly visible. With 3 strands of regular white DMC, well, the B5200, you could see it with 3 strands, but not that much better. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and stitch it with the satin. Now, I unstitched. I tore out all of the one I had done with the B5200 and stitched it again with the 3 threads that I talked about before. Decided I didn't like it. And if you've ever tried to pick out etoile, especially when it's mixed with something else. So I, took all that back out again because I thought, oh, this works, and I went ahead and stitched a lot of it, and then I didn't like it at all. And so I also, there's little squares right here and here. Let me see if I can bring this up closer. These little squares here. And I stitched 2 of them. And when I was looking back at the pattern, I was about to stitch a 3rd one. I was like, that's not the right color. And so I took them out. And then I looked back at it again and I went, yes, it is. Now, what I might need to do is copy the pattern bigger. It's not tiny. It's not a tiny pattern. But with my eyes lately, to me the symbols all look the same. So I have to keep referring to the picture. But I really, really like the way this and this are looking on this. And the red just really pops. So I'll deal with the white, and I'll deal with that satin because it looks okay. I think the silk would have looked really good, but I'm not stitching it again. So most of my time, stitching time, I spent cogitating and taking out and putting in and taking out and putting in, but I think it'll work. And I just like this color better than this one. There's nothing wrong with this color, but for this project. So that's the work on the June cross-stitch camp. Then for WIPGO, I had Wizard Snowman called, and I had for that one's just 5 days. Yeah. They're testing my dad's oxygen level overnight, and they just brought the device. And of course, my dog had to lose her mind because he rang the doorbell. Yeah. Where was I? WIPGO. So I haven't started working on Wizard Snowman. I started with the bookmarks, and I was looking at the date. Okay, so it's the 13th. So I'll give myself, I haven't done 10 days, and that's what the WIPGO call is. 10 days on the spring bookmarks. I thought I would be able to do like 1.5 at least in 10 days. They're not big, but there's a gazillion color changes, and this flower right here, this is my progress. I'll put a picture here so you can see what it's supposed to look like. This flower here has 5 colors of yellow. So there's a lot of color changes, and this one doesn't have as many, but I have been very distracted. So that is, let's see if I have anything to put underneath it. It's not white, maybe it'll help. I like the way it's looking. This is going to be mostly white inside here, and I should be able to finish this in the allotted days. I was hoping I would get more done, but I have to actually sit down and work on it. Now the Wizard Snowman, I put 5 days. The snowmen are mostly white. They're mostly white. I'm stitching them though with, it's not Krynic, it's called Accentuate that I got at the attic. But it's like Krynic, it's just a sparkly thread. With that on top of the white, but stitching white on white because I'm using a white with silver in it, also from Hobby Lobby. I get most of my fabrics from Hobby Lobby. I've been buying some for the berries at the attic, but mostly that's because I want 32 count, and it's hard to get 32 count for the berries at Hobby Lobby for, you know, a whole bunch of different colors. If you can hear that, that is my dog's stomach. So that is my progress on WipGo. I have not been working on it. I've been working on the CrossStitch Camp piece, and you know, if I sat down and worked on just that, I might be able to get it done. You know, I don't use bookmarks very much, you know, but these are so pretty. When I saw them, I thought, you know, I'll stitch those. They're by CrossStitchingForFun, and that is a Ukrainian designer. And I just really like a lot of their patterns. They're the art. I bought some Art Deco spring, summer, winter, fall with bugs and stuff like that. And I haven't been stitching on them, and I should, because they're beautiful. And I have all the stuff, all the paper, all the threads, and there are a gazillion threads. But they're beautiful. My dog is hot. She's stretching herself down on the tile. Okay, so that is the WipGo so far for June. I have not made as much progress on my summer berries as I would like. I am still working on this. As I mentioned, I've been struggling to see the holes. I'm hoping after visiting the doctor today, I feel like I can actually see better. This is my progress. I went ahead and stitched the missing stars, oops, over here. And, you know, I had the extra ones here, but, you know. I can hear my dog's stomach moving. That's hilarious. Okay, so this camper. Okay, so I like the way that Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher, she says, move forward, not back. Try not to take anything out. You know. Okay, I love that because I end up taking a lot out. But when I stitched this camper, now I started with the words and then I went down to the camper. When I stitched this camper, apparently this row right here is one stitch too short, which of course I didn't realize. I put in the trees and I put in the roof. Maybe I put in the roof first, I don't know. So I came over here and I was stitching this and I did the little wheel and I'm, uh-oh, I don't have enough room for that. So you can see here how this is off. I'm going to have to stitch over that because in order for me to take that one thread out, that one cross stitch out, I would have to take out a lot. And I already took all of this out, but this is part of this row here. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I'll just go over that one thing and, you know, it's mine. It's not going anywhere. And it was, because I sat there looking at it and going, well, if I take this line out, maybe I could backstitch a line through so to separate the window. But I finally just said no. Now, this is green onion. This is magnolia. I really like this color. My dog is licking the floor. There's nothing on the floor. Anyway, I'm getting closer with this. I have to do the door, which is just basically blue. Yeah. And, you know, tree trunks, things like that. But I'm getting there. What are you eating? Anyway, I'm getting there on this. And Helen D did her finishing tutorial on these. I don't know that I like the way she finished all of them. She finished some of them the same. She finished them kind of sort of the same way as the back, you know. But she did not put this big flower on. I don't know that I want to put a big flower on. And she did something a little different on this. And that is this one. And what she did was she made tiny little s'mores instead of this ribbon. There's little s'mores. They're so cute. So I think I want to make tiny little s'mores. But the other stuff she did, I'm not sure I want to do. So I like this. And she showed how to finish that, you know. I like that. I don't know what I'm going to do here. This flower looks like a flower that you would get at a floral, you know, wedding area. I don't know. I would want to get a more summery looking flower, I think. But I don't like the bow. And so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do there. But who am I kidding? I'm not done with this yet. Now, I have ordered the autumn pattern from the attic. They haven't called me about it. But, you know, I haven't even started the last one, so I can wait. So, I don't even know what fabrics I need for that one. Hopefully I have the dog. Can you hear that? It's funny. I don't know what's going on with her. Maybe she's going to throw up or something. I don't know. The last one, I didn't work at all on The Greatest Story, just because I was fighting with the stars in the summer basket. The last one that I was working on was this one, Daisy May by Stitching with the Housewives. I didn't say the last one with Summer Berries by Erica Michaels. Sorry. This is my progress. So I put the ear back in, put the eyeball back in. Yeah. So I got a little bit of work done on that. I really want to finish this. I really like it. Might be next summer before I get it done. I hope not. I hope not. The only other thing was it's too hot for me to walk to the mailbox. Well, it's not too hot, but I don't want to. It's hot. And so I figured on the way back from my eye doctor appointment, which I have to leave for soon, that I would hit the mailbox, hoping that I have Happy Mail. Last Saturday, they called my name for winning something from Stitching with the Housewives. I was like, I never win anything. Was it last Saturday? I don't know. Anyway, I can't wait for it to get here. I'll show you what I won when it gets here, but I'm really excited. You know, sometimes you go, well, you know, I wouldn't mind that. And so, yeah. But I'm really excited that I won it, and I can't wait to show you guys. Hopefully, it is in the mail today, so you can stay tuned for next week to see if I got it yet. Well, that's all I have. Hopefully, I'll have some quilting progress this coming week. If I can make myself... I've started physical therapy for my neck and my knee, and my dad has all kinds of therapy and appointments and stuff, so my calendar's really full. But if I can get up early enough in the morning, hopefully I can get progress on those kitty quilts or the tamarack jacket. I really want to get working on those and get them off of my sewing area, get them done. Okay, having the flimsy ready done is not done, but you know, it's closer. So thank you for the tip about the toile or the silk. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next week.